I just built a full AI creative system for a jewelry brand with NN. You could easily sell this system for $500 or more to any e-commerce brand because it helps them cut creative production costs by 10x. Let me show you how it works. This setup turns a basic Google Sheet with your product info like name, tone, image, and style into luxury-grade marketing visuals using OpenAI's image model. Since you add your product details and mark the status as pending, this animated workflow kicks off. First, it grabs the entry from your Google Sheet, then we pass that into the photographer AI agent to style high-end product shoots like these. Each visual is downloaded, formatted, and uploaded straight into a Google Drive folder. And finally, it writes the image links back into your Google Sheet, automatically marking the status as success. No need to brief designers or chase revisions anymore. Your entire creative pipeline from idea to image is now automated. And the best part, no code at all. If you're new here, my name is Andy, and I share easy to sell AI automation systems like these every single week to help you kickstart your AI agency and quit your 9 to 5. The full template is available in our community. And if you want one-on-one help getting this running or you want technical support, we've got you covered there as well. Alright, let's dive into the notes and I'll show you exactly how each part works so you can customize it for your own workflow. Alright, so let's get started. So we can see there are 3 different sections for this workflow. First of all, we are going to get the entry from the Google Sheet to prepare the photo brief that we can generate the images through AI. And we are going to get the product images from the Google Drive and generate the creatives. And last but not least, we're going to save everything to the Google Drive and update the Google Sheet. So it's a very, very simple workflow. First of all, let's do this trigger. We are going to use schedule trigger. You can search for it here. And let me zoom in a little bit. Right. Then for this part, basically what it means is that you can trigger this workflow automatically by itself with a time interval. For example, you can trigger this once per day, once per hour, once per minute, etc. And you can even set the time that you want this specific trigger to start. Then we can try to click this to run this node. You can see there's a small green tick here, and you can see the node executed successfully. The second node we're adding here is the Google Sheet. All right, so you can use this and just double click to rename it as product list. For the beginners here, you can see that on the left hand side is the input and the right hand side is the output. And then on the parts in the middle will be the configuration of this specific node, which is the Google Sheet. Then first of all, we're going to connect with your Google Sheet account. You can click this pen icon and then just sign in with your Google account, and that's very easy. And for the resource, we choose Sheet within document. Operation, we choose Get Rows. Document, we choose from list. And basically, you can actually use this Google Sheet templates. And please remember to click File, make a copy, and then you will choose from your own documents from your Google Drive. So when you have this template, but without connecting with your Google Sheet and also without connecting with your Google account, without connecting or choosing the right Google Sheet, you may not be able to process it. So again, please click File and make a copy for your own Google Sheets. So let me go through this Google Sheets quickly. Let me zoom in a little bit. So you can see there are a couple of different columns here. Post type, size, product image, brand name, product name, brand tone, color theme, background style, product placement, lighting style, typography style, composition guidelines, content status, and then the results. Okay, so let me talk about this one by one. So for the post type, we can see there are so many different kinds of posts that you can generate. For example, product introduction, before and after comparison, ingredient spotlights, behind the scenes, shade swatches, mood, imaginary, limited time promo, giveaway, Q&A, story highlights, testimonials, etc. Then for the size, we have different sizes as well to fit in different social media platforms like square, portrait, landscape. And we have the product image. We can actually upload choose the product image here. You can upload to for example, your Google Drive, and then just paste the link here. And for example, this is the original product image. Okay, so for the product image, we prepared this jewelry as the original product. And actually, besides jewelry, we can actually use it for other products like bags, handbags, like shoes, perfume as well. And then you can input the brand name, product name, the tonality for the brand. For example, for a shoe, you want it to be more adventurous. Then for the jewelry, you want it to be more luxury. And this is with the color theme, background style, product placement, lighting style. Just input the way or the style that you like, typography, composition, guidelines, content. You can just input the words that you want it to be shown in the creatives. Then actually we can do a quick demo. For example, let's try to copy this row. Let's copy this row. And we will do this again. Just turn this into a pending style. Then we'll remove the result. Alright. Then next, what we're going to do is after you set up your Google Sheets, and we're going to filter the columns that is only showing the pending status. As we mentioned that we only process those rows that are pending only, right? Then for the combined filters, we are going to use AND, and then for the options, we'll add one, which will shown as return only first matching row. So we can click test step. Great. So we can see this one item, and it's exactly referring to row 10, which is the one that we just added because it's showing as pending as its status. Then next note, we're going to add it. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. Next note, we're going to add it as AI agent, this one. Double click to rename it. And then for source for prompt, we choose define below. Prompt user message, we will click expression and launch this. You can copy and paste this. And here's is my product details and idea. So we have post type, brand name, product name, etc. So basically these are the column names in the Google Sheet that we have just shown you guys. And then how we can actually operate this is very simple. We can just, for example, post type, we can just drag and drop like this, okay? And for beginners here, you may wonder what it means for JSON. It is referring to the input data from the previous node. Yeah. So I'm going to show you how it works later. Like if you want to refer to the nodes that is not exactly the previous one, you may want to refer, for example, when you set up this node, you may want to refer to other nodes that is not the specifically previous one. I'm going to show you that later, how we can set that up. And then for the system prompt, we can click expression and launch it as well. And you can take a screenshot for this. Okay. Or you can get the template in our community. So basically, this is the prompt to tell this AI agent that it is a cool product photographer and stylist specializing in luxury goods. And the task is to transform product details into AI image generation prompts where officials explicitly support the post type's objective. And every element must scream premium, like trying to push the premium element, the luxury elements for this. Then we have the output requirements, the scene setup, the model and styling, technical specs, and the design elements, mood keywords, post type commands, and these are the rules. You can just copy and paste. Okay. Actually, we generated this prompt with GPT as well. So, or Claude, you can ask GPT or Claude to generate your prompt, and so this is it. Then we can click test step. Let's wait for a moment. Great, so we can see this is the output. And then for, oh, by the way, for the chat model, we can actually click here. We can choose OpenRouter or OpenAI. for OpenRouter, you can actually use it for more different models. You can test it. For example, let me try to show you. And how we can set it up is very easy. You can click this pen icon, then go to OpenRouter.ai, and after you register, you will go to keys, and then just create API key, and then paste it here. It's very easy. And you can use different models here. OpenAI's model, then some other model like Rock. We have Claude as well. Okay. And so let me try to process it again with OpenRouter chat model. Let's try to process it again. Okay, it's done. And this is the output. Then next we are going to have a Google Drive node here, this one. So connect with your Google Drive account, and this time it's a little bit more complicated, but still manageable. We can go to Google Cloud Console, and then let's wait for a bit. First of all, you will go to create your own project. Okay. After you create your own project, or you can click this or new project here. After you create your own project, you will search for Google Drive, and you will see this Google Drive API. Then what's next is that you need to enable this. There will be a button for you to click enable. After you enable this, you will see this, and then you click manage, and then credentials, create credentials, and then OAuth client ID. We'll click web application. You will just rename it, for example, NN2. Then what next? We can, under this authorized redirect URL, so click add URL, go back and copy this and paste it here. All right. Then we click create. You will see this client ID and paste it here, and then this client security key and paste it here. Then sign in with your Google account, and that's it. Next, we are going to put file as resource, download as the operation. For the file, we are going to choose by URL, and we can click expression and launch this. And this time you will see it's not just JSON. You will see it's referring specifically to this product list node. So again, we can just drag and drop. It's very easy. Okay. Then we can click test app. Okay, we can click view image. So this is the product image. Nice. Next, we are going to add another node called HTTP request. It's for making an HTTP request and returns the response data. It's for using the OpenAI image generation API. And you can just double click and just rename it as ImageGen. We use post method. This is the URL, and this time we're going to use edit. Okay, and just copy this URL. For the authentication, we choose predefined credential type, and then we will choose OpenAI here. And for the OpenAI account, you can just double click this, copy and paste your API key from your OpenAI API section. And then you can just copy this base URL. And basically, you don't need to change this because by default it's here already. You can just paste your API key here. Then you can enable send body. For the body content type, we choose form data. Form data is we have several body parameters. The first one is the model, prompt, then output format. So all of these are form data. You can just choose the form data as the parameter type. And then for value, for the model, we're using GPT image 1. For the prompt, you can go to schema, and then you can drag and drop here to put it as a value for the prompt. Then for the form data output format, we choose PNG, which is an image, and we have another parameter type, which is an environment file, image data. All right, so it's referring to this. Then parameter type, form data, and it means the number of images we're going to generate. We have 2, so we can click test app. Okay, let's wait for a bit. Okay, so it is executed successfully. Okay, so it will slow down the browser, so let's not show the data for now. As long as it's executed successfully, we can just leave it here. And this is one trick I want to share with you guys. You can right click, pin. The reason why we would like to pin this note, because the main reason is to save the cost. When we are trying to build up the notes in the later parts, there may be some errors or counters, and we don't want to spend or waste another cost to generate another images. Like those are not the images that we want. We just want to troubleshoot it. So we can just pin the data here. For example, this. So for example, when after we save it, we can just close it, and the next day when you open that, the data will be here. But if you don't pin it, the data will be lost. So you need to run it again and again to process it or to build the workflow by yourself. But of course, after everything is set up, you can just unpin the data by right-clicking it and choose unpin. Then you're good to go. So next, we are going to add a node called split out. It's for turning a list inside items into separate items. For the fields to split out, we can put data, include no other fields. Click Test tab. Right, let's wait for a bit. Okay, so the nodes contains format of data. Displaying it may slow down your browser temporarily. So let's not display it first, because I'm going to show you later anyways. So you can see it's turning from one item to two items. Why two items? Because we are trying to generate two images here. The number is 2. So that's why we have two items here. Next note, we are going to add convert to items, convert to file. Okay. We will just move base64 string to file as the operation, and then b64_JSON under this base64 input field, and for put output file in field we choose data. And click Test tab. All right. Okay, so we can see two files. This is the first one, great. The second one, nice. Okay. Then next, we're going to save everything to Google Drive. So of course, we need a Google Drive node. This time we are choosing file as a resource, upload as the operation, input data field, name we put data. Okay. For the file name, you can just name it in the way that you want. This is just our suggestion. For example, row 10. For this, you can just go back to product list, drag and drop this part. And for this one, it's just the time in this specific format, or you can just put it in different format that you want. And last but not least, we have this item index. Okay. Then we have the folder. You can create your own folder. For example, you can name it as product results, and after that, you can click Test tab. Nice. We can go to the Google Drive, refresh it. So this is the first one. And then this will be the second one. Nice. Okay, for the next node, we're going to aggregate two links and then update the Google Sheet for the download links. So this one is aggregate. This one combined a field from many items into the list in a single item. So individual fields under this aggregate, and then fields to aggregate, we will choose input field name, and for this part we'll choose web content link and Test tab. Okay, so the purpose for this node is to aggregate from two items to one items. Okay, so because we have two images, then we have two links, and now we're trying to aggregate in one item so that we can add this Google Sheet node, and then we can drag and drop these two results link respectively. And for the operation, we just choose update route document, the same document, the Google Sheet that we used at the beginning. And for mapping column mode, we choose map each column manually. Column to match on, we choose row number. And row number, we can just go to product list, drag and drop this part. for success, because we would like to mark it as success for the status, so that we don't need to process it again in the future. We only process those having the pending value. Okay. So for the results, again, just drag and drop these two results respectively. Test step. Okay, nice. So we can go to Google Sheets, and then we can see this success, and these are the two links. The first image, the second image. Nice. Then we can actually, last but not least, right click and pin, right click and pin, and save it. So that's it. That's it for today. This is the workflow that I would like to share with you guys to create different marketing creatives, ads, copies, etc. So you can generate a limited product images, creative assets easily and all on autopilot. All right, so let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below, and you can get this template in our community as well. And I'll see you in our next video.